watching Let's Chat.
Glad to have you back as we continue on Let's Chat. Coming up Sunday, it is Super Bowl 54, and it's turned into a tradition. We assemble a great panel of well-known sports experts, and combined, these guys have got a lot of years. We're just going to leave it like that. Jim Reynolds, as you saw at the top of the show from Talk Radio 102.3, longtime broadcast pal, Darrell Patterson, and member of the, organizer of the Chattanooga Sports Hall of Fame.
Proud board member.
And proud board member. And we're proud to have Coach Buddy Nix, who of course was here at UTC and went on to become the general manager of the Buffalo Bills. Gentlemen, good morning all.
Good morning.
Coach Nix, before we get started, what's this thing you got down on your hand here?
I wear that on just Super Bowl week.
Look at that. Hold your hand right there. Maybe we can get a shot.
A tight shot of that.
That's a beautiful, beautiful ring. And no, he did not get it on eBay or Amazon. He earned it. Guys, Super Bowl 54, we're wrapping up the 100th season of the NFL. First question off the bat, did the right two teams make the Super Bowl?
I certainly think so. I think two teams that are athletic and probably show what I think you have a contrast in style. So I think it's going to be a great showcase.
Right.
Now, if you're asking me the best teams, I don't know. The Baltimore Ravens are sitting at home right now, and they had a great regular season. But I think it'll be a fun game.
Darrell.
I wanted the Titans to get there.
Sure.
Because
That's what you wanted. This ain't Christmas.
there's a song going through my head. You don't always get what you want. But it would have been, I thought, great for the Titans to be there and for them to recover like they did during the middle of the season with the change of quarterback and everything. But I watched the game with Kansas City, and it's like. And I thought of this.
It's like two different teams.
We here in the East don't get to see the 49ers and the Chiefs as much as we do the other teams. Man, those two teams are mighty, mighty impressive.
Coach Nix, your thoughts?
Two best teams are playing in it. So, I mean, if you get to that point and you win it, they're the two best teams.
It seems kind of hard that one team, because they're both dynamite, one team favored over the other, and they're not favored by a whole lot. The line on the game was what, 1.5?
Yeah.
And I understand that as more and more of these California people roll in from Las Vegas, which everybody and their brother's going to Vegas this weekend, the line's going to settle on one. Which one team do you think has got the stronger advantage in the game? We're going to begin with Coach Nix.
You know, they got their strong points, but I think defense wins at this time of year. It does in the playoffs, and it does in the Super Bowl. So I would say that you might give the 49ers a little bit of an edge.
All right, what about the weak points? If you had to take both teams and isolate their weakest point, what do you think it'd be?
Let me tell you, when you give these coaches 2 weeks to get ready, they're going to take away what you do best. Yeah. Now the weak points that you got is what you have to win with. So with the 49ers, I think Garoppolo's going to have a really good night. And on the other side of the ball, I think defensively, Kansas City's going to have to play good.
Darrell.
I'm impressed with Kansas City's speed.
I agree with that.
And how much quicker they are than the 49ers, I don't know. But I do know they got like the fastest guy in the NFL. Mahomes is just, he's unreal. He is unreal. Garoppolo is a good game manager, in my opinion. But Mahomes is just, he's like a maestro out there, and he could make up something as he goes along. And he's proven that several times this year. To get as far behind as they were against, 2 games in a row, and it's like, okay, we got them right where we want them. We're down 24. Let's go win a ball game.
I heard you say earlier this morning, Jim, that Mahomes is the wild card in this game.
See,
explain.
Coach Nix thinks he's so smart that he can out-scheme everyone. But I don't know how you scheme Mahomes. If you look at that 27-yard touchdown run he had against the Titans, how do you coach that?
Everybody thought he was going out about it.
How do you defend that? That's why I think he's a wild card, because he can do things that the mortal man could not do.
How did the 49ers make such a tremendous turnaround? Last year they were, 4-12? And this year it's like, wow, virtually unstoppable.
With a essentially new coaching staff, but the staff has been together in the past, a defensive coordinator that nobody knows anything about, but talk about pulling rabbits out of the hat. It's like those guys have done that.
A big part of it's getting healthy. Garoppolo
Yeah.
he was there every game. He's healthy. That's the big difference. And as far as that run that you were talking about, if that's the worst tackling I've ever
Yes.
seen. It looked like they were playing two-hand touch.
Yep.
They were tentative.
Man, that's ridiculous. You go back and look at it, and the number of times that he should have been. He's a great
Yes.
player now, but hell, you got to tackle better than that.
And everybody
I mean,
thought he was like going out of bounds, so we let him go out
relax
of bounds, and he didn't. Yeah.
Then start reaching for the ball instead of get the guy on the ground.
You have been in this position before, Coach Nix. How does the Chiefs' offense successfully go up against the 49ers' defense, which is hard as a brick wall?
Well, they got to protect the quarterback. That's the first thing. If they can keep him upright. But looking at the defensive side, which is what I do mostly, they got to hit that guy. I mean, you got to make him conscious that they're around. You can't let him get comfortable in the pocket. And if they can do that and get him some shots at him, it'll be hard to move the ball against the 49ers.
Darrell, same question.
Just what Coach Nick said. And the announcers in the last two games that I've watched the Chiefs more closely is the Tony Romo or whoever's doing the game are saying the Titans have to get pressure on Mahomes. Saying it and doing it are two different things because he is so mobile and he is so quick, and he plays so well with his tools, with his receivers. It's like he has a sixth sense or something of knowing exactly where they're going to be. Mm-hmm. And I'd like Buddy's take on this. How much credit should Andy Reid get for all of that? Andy, he's sitting on the bench with Mahomes when the defense is out there. He doesn't even pay any attention to the defense, turns it over to Spagnuolo, and it's like, you're the man, I'm going to go over here and work with the offense. So I think Andy Reid gets a lot of credit for that offense.
You know, those comebacks, everybody gives Mahomes the credit for it, but Andy Reid kept them on an even keel. I had dealings with Andy, and he is a great guy. Plus, that's his nature. He's smart. He's a great offensive coach, and he don't let you get too up or too down, and that's a big factor.
Do you have to get the credit that you deserve? Do you have to win a Super Bowl? Because that's what they're saying, the missing piece of his puzzle.
You know, they did that with Marty Schottenheimer, too, one of the winningest coaches ever. And I was with him, and actually we fired him at San Diego. He's 14-2.
Good idea.
Because he could, yeah, right, great. How'd that work out for you? But now, the big thing, too, is because something happens that you have injuries or so many things can happen that you don't win the big one. I think Andy Reid's a Hall of Famer. I think he'll be in there, win or lose.
Gotcha.
We have a gentleman well known to all three of you guys on the phone that's joining us. He could not be here in person. You ever heard of this football stud named Terrell Owens?
Yeah.
T.O. is here on the phone with us. T.O., good morning.
Good morning, guys. How are you guys doing?
Doing well, my friend.
We're doing a lot better now that we have you on the phone. I'll put it like that. Terrell, what are your thoughts on the game this weekend?
You know what? These teams are almost kind of evenly matched. I think on one side of the ball, the defense for the 49ers, that seems like it may be the offense for the 49ers. When you talk about winning championships, defense is what really comes to mind, especially in games like this. It's always that cliche of defense wins championship. And on the other side of the ball, when you think about Patrick Mahomes and that team led by a coach that I went to Super Bowl 39 with, and Andy Reid, he's going to have these guys prepared to play. I know Andy Reid very, very well. He has a very good record. When you give him a couple of weeks to prepare for a team, but at the same time, he's going to have his work cut out because that Robert Saleh defense has been playing pretty solid and pretty well throughout the course of the year, and they've showed up really well during these playoffs.
T. Jim Reynolds, I have a question for you. What are your flashbacks when you think about Super Bowl and participating in that? How huge was it? Was it just another game? Could you say, okay, I'm going to focus on this, knowing that that's nearly impossible to do?
For me, my approach was a bit different because if you remember, I had gotten injured midway midway of December toward the end of the season. So I missed the last 2 or 3 games, and leading up to the Super Bowl, I only had maybe about a month or so to get back healthy as I could to even have a chance to play in the Super Bowl. So my mental state, my approach was a bit different from, I'm sure, from a lot of the other guys. So I just wanted to try to get as healthy as I could all the way leading up to the day of the Super Bowl. But the time that I remember when I walked out the first time to run route and do my pregame routine, just, circling the field, assessing it, and then me trying to just get my footing and see how I would feel running route. It was a bit different because when I came out, all the cameras were waiting on me. So it wasn't just my typical, my normal routine of going out, running routes, and surveying the field and things of that nature. So I just tried to soak it all in much as I could, and I knew that as soon as I stepped on the field, all eyes were going to be on me. They were going to be
and they were here in town.
Just like Chamberlain Field.
Yeah, I mean, it was anyway. T.O., hang on the other side of this break. We're going to be back and wrap things up with our esteemed panel of experts right after this.